There's exact wagering here. They're going 1 mile on a firm grass course, and this is the Foster City Stakes, and here are the runners. Number 1 is River Flyer. He's owned by the Golden Eagle Farm. Jed Josephson's the trainer, and Russell Bays is the jockey. Number 2 is Saratoga Bandit. Owned by Charles Dunn, Saratoga Bandit is trained by Dan Markle and ridden by Tommy Chapman. Scratch number 3, Triple Thunder, and number 4 is the favorite. He's Al Renee. Owned by Patty Strait and Roger Williams, Al Renee is trained by Bud Klokstad and ridden by Van Belvoor. Number 5 is Caro's Prince. He's owned by Holly Evans and Michael Solomon. The trainer is Holly Evans and the jockey is Ron Warren Jr. Number 6 is Fit to Be Tried. Owned by T.R. Capehart and Mike Masanovich. Fit to Be Tried is trained by Louis Jimenez and ridden by Pedro Mercado. Number 7 is Blowin' to Turn. Owned by Sully Stable. Blowin' to Turn is trained by Terry Knight, and the jockey is Jack Cannell. That's the field for today's Foster City Stakes. Post time in 8 minutes. Now Fit to Be Tried and Blowin' to Turn to complete the lineup. 6 of them set to go a mile on the grass. And they're racing. Saratoga Bandit took back at the start, and the favorite, Al Renee, gets clear by a length. Fit to Be Tried is second. Then it's River Flyer along the inside with Saratoga Bandit. Blowin' to Turn, wearing the gold, is trailing by 2. And in last is Caro's Prince. With less than 7 furlongs to run, River Flyer and Al Renee are battling out on the lead. River Flyer had some trouble with the turn right there. Saratoga Bandit is third. Outside of that is Fit to Be Tried. Blowin' to Turn trails by 3.5, and it's another length back to Caro's Prince. As they straighten out for the run along the backside, Al Renee under a tight hold from Van Belvoor. Leads by a neck. River Flyer is in second on the outside, and that pair is clear by 3 over Saratoga Bandit. Then Blowin' to Turn moves into fourth. Fit to Be Tried being asked a bit to keep up, and in last is Caro's Prince. As they race into the far turn, Al Renee and River Flyer making all the pace. Their noses apart on the lead. Saratoga Bandit still in third. Blowin' to Turn now moving up to challenge for third. Then it's Fit to Be Tried and Caro's Prince, 6 lengths from first to last. 5/16 of a mile to go, and River Flyer and Al Renee putting on a good exhibition. Al Renee with a narrow lead. Saratoga Bandit still in third. Dropping back is Blowin' to Turn. And they turn for home, and now the reins are shaking on Al Renee, and he opens up. River Flyer is drifting out. Then it's Saratoga Bandit. Fit to Be Tried running a great race on the inside. Al Renee shifting in and out during the stretch. He's super green and he's tired. And in fact, he's going to get beat. And it's Fit to Be Tried to come up and pull the upset. Fit to Be Tried beats Al Renee and Saratoga Bandit third. Now returning to the winner's circle is the Foster City champion, Fit to Be Tried. He is a 2-year-old brown gelding by Unpredictable out of Chemin de Nuit. And that is a siring double for Unpredictable. Fit to Be Tried is owned by T.R. Capehart and Mike Masanovich. The winning trainer is Louis Jimenez, and that's back-to-back winners for Louis Jimenez. The winning jockey is Pedro Mercado. Fit to Be Tried was bred in California by his owners. Today's Foster City Stakes is official. The exacta on 6 and 4 paid $81.40, and the late triple, the $3 late triple 776, good for $863.40. We move along now to race number 9. There's exacta wagering, and this starts the late double. Number 4, Shinko Wine, now to be ridden by Ron Warren Jr. They're all in line. And they're racing. Night Prospector bounced out of the gate in the red cap, but so did I'll Deliver and Bonde. Those are the first three leaders. Lillian is in fourth, trailing by 2. Then it is Wicked Wit, about 3 lengths off. As they race to the half-mile pole, Night Prospector leading by a length. Bonde is in second. Then it's I'll Deliver coming up to put pressure on Night Prospector. Lillian is racing 4 wide, and Wicked Wit is last of a very compact field. As they race into the far turn, Martin Pedrosa and the favorite, Night Prospector, leading by a half. I'll Deliver on the outside moves into second. Bonde then dropping back, being passed by Lillian and Wicked Wit. They run to the top of the lane with a quarter of a mile to go, and Night Prospector is leading by half. It is I'll Deliver on the outside, Bonde on the inside. The favorite's in some trouble. Night Prospector is in trouble. She's being passed now by I'll Deliver and Bonde on the inside. Now it's I'll Deliver and Bonde to battle it out. I'll Deliver and Pedro Mercado, and on the inside is Bonde. Belvoir going for 4, but it's I'll Deliver over Bonde, and third is Night Prospector. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to draw your attention to the winner's circle. Joining us today at Bay Meadows is Ellis Russell. She's wife of the late Charles H. Russell. Joining Ellis today is her daughter Linda, sons Casey and Ethan, and grandkids Regina, Bryce, Vanessa, and Sasha. All of the Russell family are welcome to Bay Meadows, and today's Charles H. Russell is official. In the winner's circle is number 3, I'll Deliver. She's a 5-year-old brown mare by Island Whirl out of Kiss Me If You Can. The winning owner is Gary Shervinell. Bill McLean's the winning trainer, and his assistant is Carol Hubbard. The winning jockey is Pedro Mercado. I'll Deliver was bred in Florida by the LCH stable. The exacta on 3 and 2 paid $86.40. We turn ahead now to race number 7 at Bay Meadows, where there's exacta wagering and no changes post time in 22 minutes. Minutes. Let's score. And Darling Dame are all in line. And they're racing in the brown Bess. Splashing Wave came off well on the outside now. As expected, Cappucino Bay goes up to the lead. Then it's Peter Hoff's Pate and Darling Dame. Let's Score wearing the red, trailing by 4 under the wire for the first time. Then it's Miss Pitch and Don't Touch Lil, going to be the early trailer with 7/8 of a mile to go. Leading is Splashing Wave over Cappucino Bay by a half. Darling Dame, 3 wide into the first turn. Peter Hoff's Pate pulling super hard, comes right up into third wearing the green on the inside. After that is Miss Pitch next to Let's Score, and trailing is Don't Touch Lil, 10 lengths off the leaders. As they link up with the backside in the brown Bess. Splashing Wave is slowed down now to lead by half. Cappucino Bay pulling hard on the outside. David Flores takes her up to a joint lead, trailing by a neck. Then it's Peter Hoff's Pate and Darling Dame racing as a team in third. Let's Score in a good spot, trailing by 3.5. After that is Miss Pitch and Don't Touch Lil continuing to trail. Now they race into the far turn, and Splashing Wave has gotten away by a length. Cappuccino Bay is asked to run, and she's not responding. Peter Hoff's Pate on the inside making a good move. Then it's Darling Dame. In fact, Cappuccino Bay took a bad step right there and dropped back. Let's Score is a close fourth. They turn for home. Splashing Wave, Peter Hoff's Pate, and Darling Dame line up on the lead. Let's Score trying to come through on the inside. Don't Touch Lil like a rocket from behind. An eighth of a mile to go, and Splashing Wave is still leading. Peter Hoff's Pate can't go with her. On the outside is Don't Touch Lil. Splashing Wave and Rafael Meza. Peter Hoff's Pate and Jack Cannell, but it's Splashing Wave over Peter Hoff's Pate, Darling Dame third. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle. Presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Brown Bess Handicap is former State Senator John Ferran. Joining Mr. Ferran is his lovely wife, Connie. And the Brown Bess is official. And now in the winner's circle at 17-1, Splashing Wave. She's a 4-year-old gray filly by Ice Capade out of Moving Waters. Splashing Wave is owned by John Crook III. The winning trainer is Jerry Hollendorfer, and his assistant is Roger Pfeiffer. The winning jockey is Rafael Meza. Splashing Wave was bred in Kentucky by the Crook Investment Company. The $2 exacta in race 8, 2-4, paid $119.20. And the late triple, winning numbers 5, 3, 2, $1,260 even. Here's the lineup for the 18th running of the Bay Meadows Derby. Number 1 is Lycatil Hill. He's owned by William Zellerbach, trained by Art Sherman, and Van Belvoir rides. Number 2 is Geed, owned by the Jeremy stable, Sloan and Suzamil. Bob Hess Jr. is the trainer, and Tom Chapman is the jockey. Number 3 is Elitraz, owned by the Quadra TYT. Elitraz is trained by Jose Silva and ridden by Pedro Mercado. Number 4 is Wild Gold, owned by Ken Blackwell, Murphy McFarlane, and Debbie Volkman. Dent Caton trains, Ron Warren rides. Number 5 is 5 Star Flag, owned by Dave Rising, Dwayne, and Marcella Weber. H.R. Mullins trains, apprentice Dale Beckner rides. Number 6 is Savigno. Savigno is owned by Gary Bazantz, Walter Greenman, and Gary Vandewey. Walter Greenman trains, and Russell Bays is aboard. Number 7 is Seabee, owned by Malley and Oliveris. Seabee is trained by Frank Oliveris and ridden by Paul Atkinson. And number 8 is Goes On, owned by John Franks. Goes On is trained by Jerry Hollendorfer and ridden by Rafael Meza. And number 9 is Ranger, owned by Frank Lonergan. Jeff Bonde is the trainer, and Gary Boulanger rides Ranger, and that's the lineup for today's Bay Meadows Derby. They go 1 1/8 on a yielding grass course in 8 minutes post time, 1:38. They're all in line. And they're racing in the Bay Meadows Derby. All of the runners came off beautifully. Lycatil Hill on the inside showing good pace, but now Wild Gold gets the lead in the black cap. Goes on the outside is showing good speed early, as is Savigno and Seabee, who is much closer today. Seabee is in third right now under the wire for the first time. Lycatil Hill is dropped back to fifth. Then it's 5 Star Flag. Ranger on the outside. Geed is going to be second last, and Elitraz trails as they run to the 3/4 pole. On the lead is Wild Gold going quickly. On the outside is Goes On. That pair has gone 4 lengths clear of Savigno. Seabee is in fourth. Then it's Lycatil Hill and Ranger racing as a team, trailing by 8. It's a gap of 3 more back to 5 Star Flag. Then Geed and Elitraz. As they straighten out for the run along the backside, the leaders have slowed down a bit. It's Wild Gold by 3/4 over Goes On. Savigno now has company in third. Lycatil Hill on the inside and Seabee 3 wide. Ranger just loping along right now in 6, trailing by 7. Then it's a gap of 4 more back to 5 Star Flag, who's dropping back. Between horses is Geed and Elitraz on the outside. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go in the Derby. And Wild Gold still owns the lead by 3/4. Lycatil Hill moving up on the inside of Goes On. Savigno to the outside. Then it's Ranger and Seabee. Geed's going to have to do better. They turn for home, and Wild Gold has not relinquished the lead. But now Savigno takes the lead on the outside, and Ranger and Elitraz are making bold moves. It is Savigno on the lead, but the French-bred Ranger charging, and Elitraz on the outside. Geed nowhere to go. It's Ranger and Elitraz. Geed on the inside. Ranger and Elitraz nose at the wire. Ranger and Elitraz noses apart for all the Derby money. Geed finished third. We have a photo finish in the Bay Meadows Derby. Please hold all tickets. Photo finish. Final time for 1 mile and 1/8 on a yielding grass course, 1:48.90. Photo signs down. And the Derby champion is number 9, Ranger. Second is number 3, Elitraz. Third, number 2, Guide. Fourth, number 6, Savigno. Ladies and gentlemen, making the trophy presentation to the winning connections of today's Bay Meadows Derby is Bay Meadows President Jack Liebau. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 9, Ranger. Ranger is a 3-year-old bay colt by Un Desperado out of Reign, Caroline. The winning owner is Frank Lonergan. The winning trainer is Jeff Bonde. Jeff Bonde is assisted by Tommy Nelson. The winning jockey is Gary Boulanger. Ranger was bred in France by Adas Dubois Roussel. And the Bay Meadows Derby is official. The $2 exacta on 9 and 3 paid $511.20. And the $3 trifecta, 9, 3, and 2, paid $2,507.10. Coming up momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, will be an interview with the victorious jockey, Gary Boulanger, the interview to be conducted by Jamie O. That is coming up momentarily, Jamie O with Gary Boulanger, the winning jockey aboard Ranger.
Down in the paddock with Gary Boulanger. Gary, a great ride on Ranger. An interesting race that you rode. What were the instructions to you?
Jeff and I really never give no instructions. He says, you know the colt. We didn't think we'd be as far back as we were the other day because he'd been acting a lot better since that race. He was a lot more aggressive in the mornings, and in his works he felt a lot stronger. So he just said ride him with confidence, and he left it in my hands.
And you did ride him with a heck of a lot of confidence there between horses down the stretch, and then Ella Troze is coming after you at the end. Let me ask you something. It seemed to me like your horse, as soon as he saw Ella Troze, kind of sped up a little bit. He really seemed like that.
He heard him from about the 8th pole in. I think it was, I forget who was even riding him. I'm so excited right now. But Pedro Mercado, I could hear him chirping to him and whistling at his colt. And my colt kept really pinning his ears down and then kind of twitching his inside ear. And the more closer Pedro came to me, the stronger he started digging in. And it was a good race from the 16th pole home. He never gave up. And I wasn't sure who won when we come to the wire. I just knew my horse was really running hard and was running it fair and honest.
So he was handling the off-turf course well?
He stumbled a couple times, but I think everybody was. It was soft, but he had went on a soft track in France when he won the Grade 3 over there, and I thought he'd like this kind of surface. Thought it'd be more in his favor than some of the other horses.
Well, I seem to keep talking to you after all the big money races. Congratulations, you're having a nice meet.
Thank you very much.
All right, Gary Boulanger, and now let's look at the replay of the 18th Bay Meadows Derby.
Introducing the lineup for today's Bart Handicap. 7 of them set to go a mile and a 16th on a grass course listed as good. Number 1 is He's Illustrious. Owned by Jerry Hollendorfer and Shell Cavale, Jerry Hollendorfer trains, Randy Shack rides. Number 2 is Big Pal. Owned by the Golden Eagle Farm, Fort L. Fierce is the trainer and Ron Warren is the jockey. Number 3 is River Traffic. Owned by the Evergreen Farms, Jeff Bonde trains and Bobby Gonzalez rides. Scratch number 4, Seattle 2. Number 5 is Harold Estes Jr. and Les Jameson's Moscow's Pretense. Mike Larson is the trainer and Chad Schwanevelt the jockey. Number 6 is Lord Joe. Owned by the Classic Stable, Jeff Bonde trains and Gary Boulanger rides. Number 7 is Misty Wind. Owned by the Silky Green Incorporation, Steve Miotti's the trainer and Jack Cannell the jockey. Number 8 is Go Gremlin Go. Owned by the Chartwell House and September Stable, Greg Roberts trains, Van Belvoir rides. And that's the field for today's $50,000 Bart Handicap post time. And Go Gremlin Go, they're all in line. And they're racing in the Bart Handicap. Big Pal broke well and goes for the lead. Now Moscow's Pretense in the green cap takes the lead. Showing good pace also is Lord Joe. And on the inside is He's Illustrious, who races up into second. River Traffic pulling hard in fifth. Then the trailers are Misty Wind and Go Gremlin Go under the wire for the first time. Less than 7/8 of a mile to go. And it's Moscow's Pretense by 3/4 over He's Illustrious. Lord Joe in third. Big Pal in fourth on the inside. Then Misty Wind moving up to the inside of River Traffic. And Go Gremlin Go trails. Around the corner for the first time, Moscow's Pretense by 1.25 over He's Illustrious. Lord Joe moving into third, then it's Big Pal, Misty Wind between horses, now moving up to a joint third with Lord Joe. River Traffic on the outside, 6 runners separated by 3 lengths, very compact up there, and Go Gremlin Go has to like what he's seeing. He trails by 5. As they race along the backside with less than a half mile to go, Moscow's Pretense and Misty Wind noses apart on the lead. Now Big Pal moves into third on the inside, and making a move on the outside is River Traffic. Lord Joe and He's Illustrious going to have to do better, and Go Gremlin Go beginning to unwind from behind on the inside. They come to the top of the lane with 1/4 mile to go. Misty Wind still under a hold, leading by a half. Then it's Moscow's Pretense. River Traffic going to have to do better. The favorite Big Pal coming through on the inside, and Go Gremlin Go in the white picking off horses. Go Gremlin Go coming up to challenge Misty Wind in the final furlong. It's Misty Wind and Go Gremlin Go for all the money in the Bart. Go Gremlin Go on the outside's going better. Misty Wind fighting back, but it's Go Gremlin Go over Misty Wind. Photo for third goes to Lord Joe. First four finishers now placed on the board. The winner, number 8, Go Gremlin Go. Second, number 7, Misty Wind. Third, number 6, Lord Joe. And fourth, number 2, Big Pal. Those are the unofficial first four finishers in the Bart Handicap. Please hold all tickets until the result has been posted as official. Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention to the winner's circle, presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Bart Handicap is Mr. Charles Doherty, Jr. He's the Northern California manager of the California Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association. And the 8th race now has been posted as official. On his way back to the winner's circle is Go Gremlin Go. He is 6 for 7 on the Bay Meadows grass course and 6 for 10 overall on the grass. Go Gremlin Go is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Table Run out of Go Diane. The winner is owned by the Chartwell Stable and September House. Craig Roberts is the winning trainer, Van Belvoir the winning jockey, and that is 3 wins today for Van Belvoir. Go Gremlin Go was bred in Washington by Sam Rafi. The winning $2 exacta 8 and 7 paid $30.20. And in the late pick 3, in the late triple, the winning numbers 1, 2, 7, or 8 with 2 with 8. Repeating, the winning numbers 1, 2, 7, or 8 with 2 with 8 paid $88.20. And here is the lineup for today's California Juvenile Stakes. They race for $100,000. Number 1 is Gracious Ghost. He's owned by the Whispering Woods Farm, trained by Jack Vanberg, and ridden by Rafael Meza. Number 2 is Fit to Be Tried. Fit to Be Tried is owned by T.R. Capehart and Mike Masanovich. Louis Jimenez trains, Pedro Mercado rides. Number 3 is Robinier. Robinier is owned by Robert Walter, trained by Mel Studi, and ridden by Paul Atkinson. Number 4 is Saratoga Bandit. Owned by Charles Dunn, Saratoga Bandit, trained by Dan Markle, and ridden by Van Belvoir. The hot favorite is number 5, Delineator. Delineator is owned by Ron Crockett, trained by Fordell Fierce, and ridden by Russell Bays. Post time for the Cal Juvenile Stakes, 8 minutes from now at 5-0 favorite Delineator, 2-5 right now. Delineator backs off. Backs off again. Still waiting on the favorite, Delineator. Starter's having some trouble with him. They're all in line. And they're racing in the Cal Juvenile Stakes, and Delineator stumbled badly at the start. Fit to be Tried going on with Saratoga Bandit in the green, then it's Robinair, Gracious Ghost on the inside, and Delineator now rushing up 3 wide with 7/8 of a mile to go. The leader is Saratoga Bandit, kicking on by a length over Fit to be Tried. Delineator pulling hard on the outside, goes up into second. Then it is Gracious Ghost second last, and the trailer is Robinair, 4 lengths from first to last. Around the corner we go in the Cal Juvenile Stakes, and Delineator going to pull his way right up to the lead. Delineator and Saratoga Bandit now quicken the pace. Delineator rank on the backside. Moving up on the inside in third is Gracious Ghost. To his outside is Fit to be Tried, and Robinair trails. As they race along the backside and run to the half-mile pole, Saratoga Bandit now goes clear again by 3/4. Bay's trying to get to Delineator to settle down. He's in second. Gracious Ghost is on the inside. Fit to be Tried being pushed hard. Robinair moving up on the outside in the black and gold. All 5 runners separated by 2 lengths. As they come to the 5/16 pole, now Delineator takes the lead from Saratoga Bandit. Robinair rushes up on the outside. Gracious Ghost behind 3 horses. Then it's Fit to be Tried. Saratoga Bandit in some trouble right there. They turn for home, and Bays is all over Delineator, and he's not going on. In fact, Robinair is going on, and Gracious Ghost on the outside. Delineator trying to fight back, but Robinair's going to spring a major upset, and it's Robinair to draw away and win the Cal Juvenile Stakes. Robinair beats Gracious Ghost. Delineator third. The unofficial winner of the 30th Cal Juvenile Stakes, number 3, Robinair. Second, number 1, Gracious Ghost. Third, number 5, Delineator. Final time for 1 mile, 1:36.40. And number 2, Fit to be Tried, was the unofficial 4th place finisher. Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention to the winner's circle, presenting a trophy to the winning connections of today's California Juvenile Stakes are Mr. Lee Tucker and his wife Donna. Mr. Tucker is a director of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. Now in the winner's circle, number 3, Robinier, a 3-year-old bay colt by Batinier out of Home from the Fair. The Bay Meadows' own Jamie O is with Paul Atkinson, and he'll be chatting with him momentarily. Jamie O with Paul Atkinson, the victorious jockey of the Cal Juvenile Stakes.
Down here after the California Juvenile with winning jockey Paul Atkinson. Paul, this is the first time you've ever been aboard this horse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I watched him run when he broke his maiden down there at Hollywood Park, and he went pretty impressively, but I'd never been on him before, no.
Now, kind of a long sit there in the jocks room just waiting for this race to come up. Had Mel given you any instructions about him beforehand, told you what to expect?
No, you know, Mel, he's the type of trainer, he doesn't never tell you very much. All he told me in the paddock was don't worry about him early. He just, Mel expects you to know what to do, I guess.
I think you did the right thing. Did you notice Delineator stumble at the start and the way he was acting as he ran?
Yes, I did. I noticed that he wasn't just to the outside of us, and I heard the announcer say that he stumbled. And going in the first turn, I could tell he was getting a little rank with Russell. He was trying to run off there, and looked like he might have a little trouble getting him to settle. But he seemed to recover fine.
Oh, with the way he was running, did that change the way that you rode the race at all?
No, not at all. I just was going to sit back and let my horse relax and not rush him early and let them do whatever they wanted on the front end. And as his horse ran up there, it didn't bother my situation at all. I just waited for the right time and let him come.
Nice little trip to Northern California, I guess.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, congratulations. All right, let's go back up and take a look at the replay of the 13th California Juvenile.
Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention to the winner's circle. At this time, members of the Bay Meadows Jockey Colony and Northern California Turf Riders Association are gathering to salute jockey Joe Giudice, the recipient of the 1993 Jack Robinson Memorial Award. The award is named for the jockey who died trying to help another rider in a race at Vallejo in 1972. The Jack Robinson Memorial Award is presented annually to a thoroughbred jockey whose career on and off the racetrack has been beneficial to both himself and the sport of horse racing. Joe Giudice is a 33-year-old native of New Orleans and has been competing successfully since 1977 at such tracks as Oaklawn Park, the Fairgrounds, Sportsman Park, Hawthorne Racecourse, and Detroit Racecourse. Giudice consistently has ranked among the Bay Area's top jockeys since moving to Northern California in 1983 and has won such prestigious stakes as the Bay Meadows Handicap, California Derby, Bay Meadows Derby, California Jockey Club Handicap, and William P. Kine Handicap. Presenting Joe with the Jack Robinson Memorial Award is the daughter of Jack Robinson, Miss Dee Dee Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, please join jockeys, turf riders, and Bay Meadows in congratulating Joe Giudice on being named the winner of the 1993 Jack Robinson Memorial Award. Here's the lineup for today's feature race. Number 1 is Darling Dame. Darling Dame is owned by the Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Fordell Fierce, and ridden by Jack Cannell. Number 2 is Pretty Neat Gal. Pretty Neat Gal is owned by Glenn Davis, trained by Brian Webb, and ridden by apprentice Victor Espinoza. Number 3 is Runaway Stevie. She's owned by Ivor and Jack Jones, Junior Coffee trains, Tom Chapman rides. Number 4 is Eric Meltzer's Bonde. Craig Roberts is the trainer, and Russell Bay's the jockey. Number 5 is Petite Sonnerie. Petite Sonnerie, owned by Gary Bizantz, Walter Greenman, and Roy Tyra. Walter Greenman is the trainer, and Ron Warren the jockey. Number 6 is Cotton Bloomers. She's owned by Eunice or Perry Cotton. Perry Cotton is the trainer, Brian Eide the jockey. Here's the defending champion, number 7, Peter Hoff's Pate. Peter Hoff's Pate is owned by Patty Strait and Roger Williams. Bud Klokstad is the trainer, Gary Boulanger the jockey. Number 8 is Don't Touch Lil. Don't Touch Lil is owned by Nancy Clark, Harry Silver, and David Simon. Brent Sumja's the trainer, and Van Belvoor handles the chores. Number 9 is Splashing Wave. She's owned by John Crook, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer, and ridden by Rafael Meza. Scratch numbers 10 and 11. Number 12 is Let's Score. Let's Score is owned by Ed Allred, R.D. Hubbard, and Connie Cesney. Jed Josephson trains, Ken Tohill rides. And that's the lineup for the 10th running of the Cecilia. Peter's Hoff Pate in. Don't Touch Lil next. Splashing Wave. And Let's Score. They're all in line. And they're racing. Going on with the lead is Bonde, and between horses, Cotton Bloomers, now Splashing Wave on the outside, shows good pace with Darling Dame on the inside and Runaway Stevie with the pink cap. Then it is Let's Score. On the inside is Petite Sonnerie trailing by 7. Then it's Peter Hoff's Pate, Don't Touch Lil second last, and the trailer is Pretty Neat Gal. Around the corner we go for the first time, and now Darling Dame is kicked through at the lead. It's Darling Dame quickening the pace, leading by 3/4 over Bonde. On the outside is Splashing Wave in third. Then it's Runaway Stevie, Let's Score in 5th. Cotton Bloomers just behind her. Then on the outside is Peter Hoff's Pate. Pulling hard on the inside is Petite Sonnerie trailing by 7. To her outside is Pretty Neat Gal. Don't Touch Lil beginning to move up a bit from behind. She's last but trailing by 8. As they race along the backside, Darling Dame, Bonde, and Splashing Wave line up for the lead with a half-mile to go. Now moving into 4th is Let's Score. To her inside, Runaway Stevie. Then it's Cotton Bloomers. Peter Hoff's Pate moving on the outside between horses, Pretty Neat Gal, and also in there is Petite Sonnerie. The field very compact. They come to the 5/16 pole, and Splashing Wave gets the lead by a half, but the long shot Let's Score is looming dangerously on the outside. Also making a move is Cotton Bloomers. Then it's Runaway Stevie. Darling Dame dropping back. Bonde was bumped right there, and on the far outside is Peter Hoff's Pate. It's wide open with Let's Score leading. Now Cotton Bloomers rushes up, and here comes on the outside Petite Sonnerie and Peter Hoff's Pate. They're in the stretch, and it's Cotton Bloomers to battle with Petite Sonnerie. These two come to the wire together. Cotton Bloomer sticks her neck out, and Cotton Bloomers has won it over Petite Sonnerie. Third is Runaway Stevie. The photo just arrived. The winner is number 6, Cotton Bloomers. Second, number 5, Petite Sonnerie. Third, number 3, Runaway Stevie. And fourth, number 8, Don't Touch Lil. Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention to the winner's circle. Today is Shareholders Day at Bay Meadows, and presenting the trophy to the winning connections of the Cecilia DeMille Harper Handicap is shareholder Phyllis Francisco. And now in the winner's circle is the champion Cotton Bloomers. Cotton Bloomers is a 5-year-old brown mare by Batinier out of Bloomer Miss. The winner is owned by Eunice and Perry Cotton. Perry Cotton is the winning trainer, and the winning jockey is Brian Eide. Cotton Bloomers was bred in California by her owners. The 8th race now posted as official. The winning exacta 6 and 5 paid $362.40. In the late triple, the winning numbers 7, 7, 6, $2,046.30.